look at that. Some little special ed kid decided he just had to do donuts in the middle of the intersection. Keep it up, guys. You're going to screw it up for all of us. Okay, ran over, soapbox put away. Hey, y'all, everybody's favorite bumpkin here. You know what? It is a beautiful day out, and happy May the 4th be with you. That's right, y'all. If you're kind of nerdy like I am, you know what today is, and you know what it means. So, yeah, happy May the 4th. Had to get out and run a couple of errands, and, you know, I figured, what the hell, you know, since we've got the cruise missile here back on the ground and down off the lift, why not take you guys for a ride? And I'll kind of go over some of the stuff that we did on this thing as soon as this considerate BMW driver gets out of the way. Anyway, as I was saying, we got Cleetus down off the lift, and you know, I couldn't leave him sitting aside on the disabled list for too awful long because what can I say? I like riding this bike, okay? I mean, this thing's like a gateway drug. It's addictive. And I'll show you why. Leroy Jenkins! Yes! It has been too damn long. And you know what? Maybe I'm having just a little bit too much fun, but right now, yeah, right now, I really don't care. We do have to remember that we're trying to at least pretend to be members of the Law-Abiding Citizens Club here, folks. After we got Cleetus back down off the lift, I took him to work the other day just to kind of give him a shakedown cruise and, you know, make sure everything was 5 by 5 with him. And you know what? Hey, this thing is bigger and badder than ever before. Of course, that was kind of the goal now, wasn't it? The new neck bearings in this thing made a huge difference in how it handles. That whole wandery, squirmy feeling and everything that we had going on, yeah, that's gone. Also, while I had all the front fairing plastics off of this thing, it gave me a chance to do a little bit of rattle and bang mitigation. You'd be amazed how far a little bit of foam weather strip tape here and there in the right spots will go to quieting one down. So, you know what? Those skeletons, they may still be getting their freak on in the dumpster, but at least we wrapped them up in a blanket. That way it doesn't bother the neighbors that much. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to dig it without the handlebar risers on there, but so far it's not that bad. I can't really complain. What I can complain about is how much time I sat here at traffic lights, because, yeah, that ain't no fun. Oh, yeah, and also the Exxon Valdez-esque oil leak that Cleetus had due to my slight faux pas, as it were. I'll be totally honest with you guys. The valve cover gasket got rolled over to the side on this thing whenever I was installing it, and I didn't catch it. That's my bad. That's on me. I thought that I had another oil leak somewhere. Well, I kind of did, but the thing is, it was an oil leak of my own creation. So there. But since we got that all squared away, we got that corked up to where he keeps all the fluids on the inside where they're supposed to be, instead of slowly leaving a ecological trail for all the Thunberg types out there to follow. After that, just a quick zip through the car wash with a little bit of degreaser just to hide the evidence and take away all the film and funk that had accumulated from it. And trust me, you would be surprised at how quickly and how much junk gets caught inside the fairing plastics on a fully faired sport bike like this, especially down here in Florida where we've got I mean, it's sand, y'all. There's sand everywhere. That's just a fact of life. And plus you have all the what is the term? Industrial fallout, if you will. There's this black Florida funk that grows on everything whenever we're not in, you know, tree procreation season. Hey, come on, dude, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Go! Man, what the hell? Is your first day driving? Excuse you, asshole. Man, that's one thing I absolutely hate is whenever somebody squeezes up past you when you're sitting there at an intersection like that. I mean, not only is it dangerous, that is rude, man. We got the old Cleetus missile here cleaned up, got all the oil funk off of it. On the upside here, guys, he'll never rust on the bottom, at least not for a couple of years. So yeah, we're weatherproofing as we go. While I was at it, and I had the tank and the air box off, because yeah, that's unfortunately a step you got to take to be able to get down to the valve cover on this thing. I figured, what the hell, we're damn near 1,000 miles into it. Let's go ahead and throw the gauges back on the carbs just to make sure everything's on the up and up. And you know what? I tweaked them just a little bit here and there, but this thing is running smooth, man. While I was in there fixing my valve cover faux pas, I figured, you know, hey, just in the interest of thoroughness, let's go ahead and recheck our rocker arms just while we're there, you know, because they're right there. I had 2 shims I had to swap out, and in all honesty, I probably could have just left them alone. But you know what? I was there. It's easy. Let's deal with it while we can. Deal with it while we're there. One and done. Ain't got to worry about it for a good long while. And there is Tropicana Field with the Milton-esque skylight that was so graciously blessed upon us by the last storm. And you know what? I wish they would just suck it up, put some natural grass in that's, you know, daylight proof or whatever in the hell the problem is, and play ball. Because you know what? People played baseball outside for, I don't know, 100 years or so, something like that. And it kind of takes a lot away from the city, you know, from not having the Rays here at the Trop, you know, because that's, you know, like basically their home. You know, the guy that owns the Rays, he don't want to be here. That's a well-known fact. And, I mean, he's always said something to the contrary of that, but I mean, hey, Ray Charles can see through that bullshit, okay? He wants to take his baseball team and move them up to Canada, and if he wants to do that, you know what? That's his prerogative. But the thing is, go find a different team to do it with, because the Tampa Bay Rays, there's a reason it's called the Tampa Bay Rays, man. Can we go? Can we go? How about now? You know what? Screw this. I'm getting back on the highway. Oh, that pothole came out of nowhere. Excuse me, that bomb crater came out of nowhere. Oof, man, that was kind of unexpected on the dangly bits there. Man, my man's out here saying, "The hell with your SPF 50, I'ma do me, baby." Senor El Floof. Cute doggo. What is going on here? Oh, on-ramp to the highway's backing up. Church crowd. And it doesn't help the fact that we are stuck behind one of the most gutless, underpowered, overworked, overloaded vehicles known to mankind. That would be the USPS LLV little baby ice cream truck up there. You know, a lot of people don't realize just how bad of a shape those things are in, because those things were designed back in an era before eBay, before Amazon, and since those respective companies have taken to having the post office do a lot of their heavy lifting for them, needless to say, the poor little guys are grossly overworked, not to mention being overloaded. Brief history on these things for you guys. The body of those things is built by Grumman. That's right, the same company that makes aircraft for the military. The frame on them, it's actually an S10 pickup. Yeah, and they've got the ancient old Iron Duke 2.5 motor in them. Probably one of the skeeziest transmissions known to mankind. Now, I know all all this because several years ago, like I mentioned previously, I was applying for a job with the USPS, but the cheap bastards didn't want to come up with any kind of money. How do you expect a fat Jedi to live, man? Man, that little bit of rain we had this morning cooled things down just right. Last couple of days we've been in the mid-90s here, and I mean, this feels gorgeous. It is 75 and sunny, and you've got just that little crisp, cool feeling from the air as you're blasting a hole in it without its consent. Have I mentioned that I really like this bike? Have I? Okay, I thought I did. Just wanted to make sure. You are transporting yourself at velocities that may or may not be frowned on by the local constabulary, you always got to keep your eye out for Officer Friendly, because hey man, let's be real, he's got a job he's got to do. That and also there's so many people plugged in, tuned out, checked out, and basically not paying attention to what the hell they're doing. It's a safer option, if you will. Like I said before, high speed for safety. Namely my own. You know, that's one thing that I've noticed the more time I've spent in the saddle on Cleetus here, at least with the current suspension set up, before we do any kind of upgrades or improvements on it, this thing really prefers to be cornered on the throttle. If you're just holding kind of neutral throttle, or if you're off the throttle rolling through a corner, it feels like a fat, chubby, wallowing pig. Now, admittedly, this is not a light motorcycle, and it can never be construed as something called svelte. So, that being said, it's always going to feel like a little bit of a chubby pig, okay? But it's a damn fast chubby pig. Afterglow tanning. Suspiciously right next door to the massage parlor. And they may or may not offer a full service massage. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Hey, y'all, keep it clean, okay? Mama watches these, you know that. Sorry, Mom. Come on, buddy. Nothing like waiting until the last minute, huh, Chief? Well, look, an inconvenient convenience store. You ever seen a no-gas gas station? Well, now you have. Oh, and by the way, that little red light on the dash, yeah, don't worry about that little guy. When I had the plastics off of this thing, I figured, you know what, we better check that just to be on the safe side. So I'll let Cleetus run in the shop for a good long while, let him get good and screaming hot, let the oil get temped up, and then we stuck a gauge in there. And you know what? The oil pressure in this thing is perfectly fine. It's actually really good on the broad spectrum of things. But, you know, after 30 odd years, that little bitty pressure sensor that's down there on the very bottom of the oil pan, it decided, you know what? Well, it pulled a John Coffey. It's just getting so tired, boss. I got a new one coming in, but I'm probably going to wait until I change my oil next time to swap the little guy out, because I'm not a big fan of the fairings that are on this bike. They've had some repairs done to them in the past, and some of them are done better than others. But, you know, if I can avoid having to take them off and on any more than what I absolutely have to, at least until the time I get them replaced, then, you know, so much the better. But I'm not just going to trip over myself worrying about that light from now to then. Ooh, something smells good. And it's not Bonefish Grill. I gotta say, man, me and the wife in it, we've tried Bonefish a couple times, and you know, maybe for the high-speed pinky out crowd, you know, it's all well and good, but just not my thing, man. I just really didn't find anything there that blew my skirt up. If I could teleport it from where it's actually located at and get it here, I don't don't even know if the place is in business anymore, but we're going to go out on a limb here, cross our fingers and hope and pray. There's this place just outside of Boaz, Alabama called Craw Mama's, and many years ago, me and the wife unit just happened to stumble across this while we were down in the area. And man, let me tell you, this is my kind of joint, because whenever you walk in there, it looks like it's got seating, you know, for maybe 20 people, something like that. And you can definitely tell just by looking around at the place, well, let's just say that their budget for theming was not exactly a large one. But that don't matter, because when you walk through the extra saloon doors there, that takes you out into their big dining area, which is well, that's a very generous and overblown way of saying they put up a big ass tent out in the middle of the parking lot. You can look down, you can still see the parking stripes painted out on the asphalt, and they give you the option of you know, would you like a wooden picnic table or a plastic lawn chair for your fine dining and seating this evening? Don't give a damn about that, okay? It is awesome, it is good, and it is probably the best seafood that I have ever stuffed in my face before in my life, okay? Big shout out to those guys. I hope to God that they're still down there kicking it and just doing their thing, but you know what? Time marches on, baby, and if they've had to march along with it and take that last final ride, I wish them Godspeed, but damn, it was good. Speaking of good things that are kind of off the beaten track, so to speak, and not exactly mainstream, we found out at the Ride Factory the other day that we had been nominated for Best of Tampa. So please bear with me for a few seconds while I briefly plug my place of employment, okay? And they didn't ask me to do this. You know, I found out about it, and I was like, you know what? Hey, we got a platform here that reaches a lot of people and in a lot of different corners of the map. Let's go ahead and put the word out there, okay? Now, you guys have heard me reference the Ride Factory before. Obviously, that's my place of employment, and that's where, you know, I am gainfully employed and where I toil and strive week to week to week for this evil thing that we call money. And if it was now wait a minute, hang on, I sound like I'm rambling off into one of those utopian society, you know, pie in the sky people and everything that thinks everything is just happiness and rainbows and unicorns frolicking in a field. That's not the case, okay? Now, you know what, guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I figured out a long damn time I ain't ever going to get rich working on motorcycles, but you know what? I'm damn sure going to have a good time while I'm here, and if I can help some people out along the way, that's what makes it worth it to me. Slight sidebar there, kind of turned into a diatribe that turned into a soapbox session. I got to quit doing that, man. I mean, yeah, goldfish memory, super squirrel, whatever you want to call it. My 2.7 brain cells that I currently possess, you know, 1.5 of them's got ADD. Anyways, rambling scattered thoughts that clutter up my brain on the regular. Let's push those aside and try to focus on the task at hand, shall we? Anyway, like I was saying, it would mean a lot to me, and I would consider it a great personal favor if you wouldn't mind dropping by that little link that I've got down here at the bottom of the screen. It's also going to be down in the description of this video. But take a few minutes, cast your vote for the Best of Tampa category there for a motorcycle shop and motorcycle repair. It would mean a lot to us. Come on, Christmas. Waiting on you. Oh boy, let's see here. You know, I left the house to do something and I can't remember what in the hell it was. You know, funny how that shit happens all the time whenever you plop your ass on a motorcycle that you just get. Huh. Guess it's not the time to get all deep-seated and philosophical. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted a Pepsi. So let us consult the oracle here at the Wa of Waz. Let's go in here and grab us a nice cold beverage. Because Petty Officer Squid Boy drank my last one at the house. He is on notice. Okay, cold beverage and chubby fat kid fuel obtained. We have consulted the Oracle, and she has pointed us towards the direction of enlightenment. Actually, she was like, "Sir, can you stand aside? There's other people that's waiting to use the checkout line." You know what? I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Been a while since I've been down this way. Who knows? A roundabout. What do we do? Traffic calming area? Wow. I've seen some dumb shit on a road sign before, but that's new. I guess whenever your traffic gets anxious, you gotta calm it down, man. You know, put it on a couch, put on some soft music, light a few candles, put on a little Coltrane, some smooth jazz. Wait a minute, hang on. No, we're not calming that cat. We ain't calming that traffic, man. I may have made a grievous error in judgment here by coming down this way, because I don't exactly know what in the hell's down this way. This is how I learn, okay? I wander. I am not lost. I'm wandering. And remember, it's like the live, laugh, toaster bath. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not that. It's the whole, you know, not all who wander are lost or some shit like that. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. This neighborhood is a little out of my budget. Okay, strike that. It's way the hell out of my budget. Yeah, definitely way the hell out of my budget. They're probably every bit as lost as I am. Either that or they're window shopping, one of the two. Wonder if there's any Amazon packages this way. Sorry, that was an awful joke. I'm an awful person, what can I say? Trying to figure out where we are, doo-dah, doo-dah. Oh, 37 South, I know where I'm at. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, we'll go with that, pretty sure. Motherfucker. Whew. Man, you talk about making your butt pucker. That'll do it in a damn big hurry. I ended up not being able to catch up with that dude. I didn't feel the need to risk life and limb to chase down somebody that was acting like an idiot. So, you know, that happened not terribly far away from home base here, and you know, so I got home, dropped my gear off, had a cup of coffee, did some deep breathing exercises and a little bit of meditation and personal reflection, thinking, holy shit, that could have been bad, man. Oh, by the way, sorry about having to use the GoPro for doing this, guys. I got the big camera battery on charger right now because kind of forgot to last time. Let's see what's going on in the shop here. Open the door here, if I can remember my access code. There we go. What the fuck? Hey, our new Rama Park bike showed up. Cool. Time passes. Memories fade. Old friends, long forgotten. That time is over. It's time to bring them back into the light.
Thoughts will be with you, always.